I'm going to share with you today the most frequently asked questions I get from people looking to purchase a home. Why is a home appraisal important? The home appraisal is where independent third party appraiser who is licensed in the state of Tennessee goes out to the house. They are the ones who determine the value of the home. So obviously the appraisal is important because if you're financing the house, if the appraisal does not come in at or above your purchase price, you're probably not going to be able to buy that house. The biggest challenge we've seen with appraisals lately has been out of area appraisers trying to come in. The business has slowed down from what it was the past 2 to 3 years because there's just not as many transactions being done. Appraisers got used to making a lot of money the past 2 to 3 years. So you have appraisers accepting assignments outside of their normal territory. If you get an appraiser that is not local to the Morristown, Jefferson City, Dandridge area, it's highly unlikely that their appraised value is going to be accurate. So make sure you talk to your lender, find out who's on their appraiser list, and make sure they don't have some crazy person from the Tri-Cities that's going to come down and do your appraisal. Because the appraisal is the last step in the process before you're going to get your clear to close and be able to close on the house. What types of inspections should I consider before finalizing the purchase? That's going to depend on the property. So if you're buying a home in town that's on city water, city sewer, you probably just get a general home inspection done and a termite inspection. If you're buying a house out in the country and you're on a well and a septic, then you may want to get that septic tested to make sure that there's no backups, there's nothing that we don't know about that we can't see by flushing the toilet. There's several different ways they can do that, and they have companies that you can hire for that inspection. On the well, if a house is vacant, I can go ahead and tell you it's going to fail a water quality test, because anytime water is not being pulled up into the pipes on a regular basis that's on a well, you're going to get E. coli and other bacteria that grow up in that. The only way you can make it past the water quality test would be to shock the well. But you can test the water speed. How fast is that coming out per minute? How many gallons per minute? Some houses you may want to check for radon. There's certain areas of town that are more prone to radon than others, so that would be something you could get tested. There's a slew of inspections out there, and inspectors are happy to charge you for all of them. But the biggest inspection I tell people to get, obviously, is a home inspection and a pest inspection. What is the timeline for completing the home buying process from offer acceptance to closing? That's going to depend on the type of loan you do. If you're doing conventional financing, usually within 30 days, you're going to be able to go from accepted offer to closing. If you are doing a government loan, that's typically going to run to about 45 days. For USDA rural development, your lender will underwrite your loan at their company to the USDA rural development specifications. They will get it approved. Then they have to ship that file, and now that's done electronically, of course, but they have to send that file to the actual USDA rural development underwriter, and then they have to look at that file. Depending on how hot USDA rural development loans are, depends on what that lag time is. I know that there was a point, I think it was in 2020, maybe 2021, where they were running almost 3 weeks at rural development trying to get to the loans that they had received. So right now, again, we're not getting as many transactions, so that lead time is about 2 to 3 business days right now. FHA and VA loans, again, you're going to be looking at about 45 days, mainly because you have to have certain appraisers that go out for those types of loans, and it may take a little bit longer to get the appraisal done and back on those types of loans. So normally on a loan, it's going to be 30 to 45 days. If you're doing a cash deal, you can close in 2 weeks. Basically, they just need time if they're going to get a home inspection to get that done, get a title search done, and then you can go to closing. So those are the most frequently asked questions that I'm seeing from buyers right now. If you have a question about buying a home that I can answer, feel free to send me a DM or leave a comment below, and I'll get back to you.